You know, life can throw you some curveballs, whether it's good, bad, or in between. And when it keep throwing it at you, you just got to listen, and pay attention and see what's going on. Things change, sometimes for a reason, and sometimes you know and you don't know. Welcome back in, everybody. My Closet Therapy. My name is Lynn. Thank you all so very much for joining me today. I sent out I did a video a few days ago of my 30-day reset. I didn't want to say a challenge, but I was like, within that few days of that, me sending it out, things started to shift a little bit for me. And not in a bad way, but not in so much of a good way either. I just wasn't feeling myself. Feeling like a little drained a little bit, and was just not feeling myself. I said, well, I have an appointment in the next day or two. I have an appointment. I'll be going to my doctor. And I said, you know what? Let me just sit back. Let me just chill. Let me just see what's going on, what I'm doing. And I realized that, I said my sleep was getting better. Well, my sleep was not getting, it was getting better. Then I start having a problem with sleeping again. And I've always had a problem with sleeping now. That I can say. It didn't start in my, at my age now of 60. It was like that when I was younger, in my 20s, and probably in my teenage years. I just didn't pay attention to it. I always stayed up all night, so, and I was like, okay. And then it just rolled over into everything else. And I was doing my workout routine, and it was like a little sluggish a little bit. So I started focusing on some of the things that I were doing. And I realized that I had started, something different. I boost up my my protein and changed that a little bit. And I said, well, let me monitor that a little bit, because I should have more energy. I should be more full, because I noticed I'm losing inches, but the weight scale was still the same. And so I started paying more attention, just paying more attention. And I said, because I knew it wasn't me, just, picked up more of my protein, which was not a lot. It was not heavy. It was not so much carnivore, more of a ketovore, because that's the new thing, I think. Because I'm more of keto friendly anyway, along with my Mediterranean. And then sometimes I just do meat, because my husband does the carnivore and stuff. But I'm not so much of that big meat eater. I love my vegetables. So, but I'm not a carb eater like I used to be. So I just, for the last few days, I've been paying attention to what's going on with me, what's surrounding me. And, my granddaughter will be starting school in the next few days, and just narrowing it down so I can pinpoint this. And I said, okay, well, let me just sit back, sit down, and just monitor and just try to get some rest. And I realized that I was falling back into my old habits, and of snacking, not eating anything differently, just not concentrating on some of the things that I was eating. And my mind was like, okay, you're doing good, you're doing good, you're doing good. But I really wasn't, y'all. I really was not sticking to some of the things that I wanted to stick to. Now, I'm not a routine person. I don't like to be on a plan. But I was enjoying the things that I was doing. So I said, okay, I got to get back to that. And not just be strict. I need to get back to fun. So when I'm making things or doing things that have a not a strict regimen to it, but have somewhat of a plan where I have to follow constantly. Normally that's not going to work with me too much, because then I'll start losing the balance of it or losing taste of it. Not physical taste, but just don't want to do it anymore. And I think that what was walking into me was coming into me and, causing a little bit of sluggishness, a little bit of drain. But I'm going to talk to my doctor to see what my doctor has to say about it as well. But I said, okay. So I started getting back to things that I love and not making it enjoyable, but it becoming more enjoyable. I said, okay, this is what I need to do. These are the things I need to have in place for me, like I was at first. I did not realize that I was backing up from the things that I was doing, which was not turning into fun anymore. And I was like, oh my gosh, which means I love my YouTube channel. I love it, y'all. And I find myself pulling back because all I was doing was 2 videos, some shorts. And I was like, I didn't want to do them. Not that I didn't want to do them anymore. I'm like, oh. And I was like, okay, I love what I do. And I need to change on how I do things, which I start doing it. And one of the things that I realized, and I did not realize how much of it that I was doing, because I'm an authentic person. I'm going to come to you. Sometimes I might have bullet points, and I'm not a script person. And this what I have in my hand is I have my Bible and I have my journal. I got to change my journal out because I was just sitting here reading my Bible, meditating and journaling, because I do write down my thoughts and do write down things, not because I forget things, because I do, because I don't want to forget things. And I love writing down things, and I'm going back to that and going back to reading and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh. I got to get back into my fun, my enjoyable, and just being real. But I realized that I was allowing Chat GPT doing a little more than what I needed Chat GPT to do. And I was like, okay, I see this now. And I stepped back. I had to step back and say, okay, I like how Chat dressed things up to make it look more, cleaner. I like how my thumbnails look because they have changed, and I'm trying to make them be more of me and not just more AI generated. So I'm like, wow. When you sit back and watch things, how things are going, how you're doing things, or what's going on, you get a wake-up call. And it wasn't just Chat. It was just when I said my YouTube channel, because I'm still going to involve Chat on some things, Google on some things, and go online and do my research, because that's what I mostly do it for. Not just for YouTube, for other things in my daily life as well. And I'm going to tell you, it's a plus for me. It's a plus. It's definitely how you use it, but it's a plus. So that's not, that part as well. I was just using that as far as what I was doing with my YouTube, because sometimes I can't think of that word or that sentence or what it looks like in real life, and I just use my internet, my Google, my Chat, and all of that, versus when I was younger. Of course, I went to the book, the dictionary, this, that, and the third. Tell me the things that you do, not because of you're a senior, you are over 40, you're over 50, you're over 60. Even if you're watching this video and you're in a younger generation, tell me the things that you do to jar that brain back, to make things a little cleaner, to, say, no, that's not what I want, That's not what I want. This is what I want. So, but then I realized that I wasn't walking, doing my walking exercise like I normally do. And I normally walk, but I wasn't putting the effort in things in that. I wasn't putting the effort in. I was realized I was slowly sliding back to my old way of doing things. And I was like, okay, can't do that. And I know sometimes that might happen, in others, people's lives and stuff. When you see that happening, you see things is just not going as planned. Sometimes you might have to sit back. I know for me, I do. And I don't just sit back. I pay attention and watch. Okay, what am I doing? What is going on around me? Not just home, when I'm going out about my daily life away from home. What is going on? Because you never know what might be in the atmosphere, what has changed in your your life, your eating, your health, and you definitely want to keep that up. But I did a check and balance of everything. I did an inventory of myself. And you all, I see now. I see. So, and then I started just changing. The last couple of days, I just started, okay, let me change this. Let me tweak this. Let me do this. And now my energy was like, okay, now it's coming back. Still going to see my doctor because I have an appointment anyway. Now my energy coming back. Now I feel it. And if you feel, something ain't right, do an inventory of yourself, of your surroundings, of your life. See your doctor, because I'm not a doctor. I'm only going by the things that is touching me and what I need to do. And I also realize my accountability was not where it was, because I'm not gonna lie. Doing my YouTube channel, it keeps me accountable. Doing my other social medias keeps me accountable. This is not something that I thought I would ever do. I've always wanted to do it about 3 or 4 years ago, but I never thought I was do it, because I was totally against social media. I really was. And then I grew into it, especially when I retired. When I retired, things changed. Oh my God, things changed. Some changed for the positive and some changed for the not so positive. But now that I realize that reading my Bible, journaling, meditating about things in my life, it gets kind of emotional, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Whew, it really do. But I just want to come and just talk to you all about, the little things that's going on, how I'm feeling, and where I'm heading back into. My retirement is fun for me. My reselling is fun for me. I don't even know if I have a niche for YouTube anymore. So I'm just going to do me, what I would love to do, which is enjoy my retirement, be spontaneous, do my reselling, shop, thrift, eat, enjoy my family, my life, because I don't know how long I'm going to be on this earth. I'm thankful I spent 60 years on this earth. I'm very thankful. And I hope and pray I might not have another 60, but I sure hope I have at least another 20, 30, and 40. And I got to, hey, but if you ever heard of the song, you got to clean up, woo, what you messed up, woo. I'm starting all over again. And sometimes, y'all, that's what it takes. Even if you got to repeat that cycle again, sometimes that's what it takes. Push yourself. Keep moving. Do that inventory. Don't go backwards. If you're moving in a positive direction, keep pushing yourself and keep moving. Ooh, it's not a hot flash, y'all. It's just that emotion, because I am realizing when something is not right about me, I got to stop. I got to put the brakes on, like, Ark! And I got to, all right, let's check it out. Let's do what's going on. I even, you know, talk to my husband. My husband is my husband, but he's my best friend as well. Okay. He is, you know, he's the best. And I sit down and I talk to him because I open up to him so much. And he's going to be real with me. He is not going to give me what I want to hear. He's going to give me the real 100%. Okay. He gets on me so much because I used to not go to the doctor. I used to not do all of this. And I used to get on him about going to the doctor, and I wouldn't go myself, right? But that has changed. I definitely go. I've been going for the past 5-6 years, y'all. Okay? But, you know, I don't want to keep rambling. I just want to come on here and let you know what's going on with me, my accountability, my everything. And I'm so thankful for my life. I'm thankful for where I've been, my present, and I'm thankful for where I'm going. And I'm thankful that God has allowed for me to recognize things that I wouldn't have recognized a long time ago. I would have just kept going, y'all. But I cannot no longer keep going if I know there's something amiss. I can't do it. I have to step back. I have to look. I have to stop. I have to, okay, let's slow it down a little bit. It might not be a fast pace, but what I mean, let's slow it down. That means sit down, Lynn. Let's see what's going on. Let's have a talk, okay? Let's do this, okay? And I am so thankful. I'm thankful for you all sitting here watching me talk, ramble, do what I do. And if you love what I do, you like what I do, put me out there, you all. Give me some comments. Definitely like, share me. And if you see that hype it up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. It helps pushes out everything because I just don't have that niche. This is my lifestyle, and I guess that's my niche, okay? I'm just going to do me and come to you all authentically about me, my life, and the things that I want to talk about, the things that I do, the things that I love. Because there's somebody else out there. It's not about me teaching. It's just, this is me. If there's something that you might see in me that is part of you, you might learn something from me, because I definitely want us to learn together if that's the case. Because it ain't all about just me. If you feel like putting it in the chat, hey, put it in the chat. Let's talk. As always, you all, thank y'all for being there for me and supporting me. I truly, truly appreciate it. I'm so thankful. I don't even know if it's a journey anymore, but I am so thankful for being here, being on YouTube and my other social medias, doing the things that I do. I normally don't do a lot of dressing up. I done got back into when I step out the house, I put on a little something, something, something. And I do my little styling, something, something, something that is comfortable for me. And I'm going to do a video on the things that I've been wearing because I'm normally a t-shirt and jeans type person. And sometimes I like to spruce it up a little casual, not dress it up with the heels and stuff. But I will be putting out that video soon. Some other stuff will be coming out soon. Check me out, you all. Always make sure you watch to the end. Thank you all so very much for everything. I truly appreciate you all so very much. Have a beautiful day, y'all.